Rational approximations. Today we're going to talk about rational approximations. Basically, it's when you take a rational number that is a close estimate for an irrational number. For example, pi is irrational. It goes on forever and ever and ever. But we all know that it is 3.14-ish. That is the closest approximation that we have to pi. It is as close as we can get in a rational number for this irrational number. 2 pi is also irrational because it includes pi, but we can give it a rational approximation, as close as we can get to a rational number. If we use pi as 3.14, then 2 times 3.14 is 6.28-ish. It's not exactly pi or 2 pi because pi goes on forever, but it's as close as we can get with a rational number. Pi divided by 2 is 3.14-ish divided by 2, which gives us 0.157-ish. It's as close as we can get to a rational number, even though we're dealing with irrational numbers. If we have this irrational number, we know it's irrational because 6 is not a perfect square. We can find a rational approximation, as close as we can get to a rational number. We know that the square root of 6 is between the square root 4 and the square root of 9. And we can fill in our other square roots, 5, 7, and 8. 4, the square root of 4 is 2. The square root of 9 is 3. It's closer to 4 than it is to 9. So our rational approximation is going to be somewhere around 2 point some. We can plug it into our calculator and find out that the square root of 6 is 2.44, which we can round to 2.4. 2.4 is a rational approximation for the irrational number square root of 6. Square root of 6 is not exactly 2.4, but it's close enough. Let's look at the square root of 42. This is definitely irrational. No number times itself equals 42. Therefore, it's irrational. But we can find a rational number that is close. The square root of 42 is between the square root of 49 and the square root of 36. The square root of 42 is closer to the square root of 36 than to square root of 49. It's only 6 away from the square root of 36, whereas it's 7 away from the square root of 49. Therefore, it's going to be closer to 6 than it is to 7. So it's going to be 6 point something, probably 3 or 4. We plug it into our calculator, and we see that it's 6.48. We round to the nearest tenth, and we get 6.5. 6.5 squared is not exactly 42. For homework, you are going to find a rational approximation of these 10 numbers. If it has a pi, I want you to write a number sentence. Instead of pi, use 3.14. For a square root, I want you to write the square roots, the perfect squares on either side. So if it was a root 5 and you wanted a rational approximation, give me the square root below and the square root above. For instance, 3 pi, I would like you to write 3 times 3.14 and then answer it. We'll check this tomorrow in class.